All right, thanks a lot for inviting me to give this keynote speech. And today I would like to talk about my study on a new business model that has been developed in the recent decades. That is the sharing economy, or so-called gig economy peer-to-peer marketplaces. So this study is co-authored work with Xuantian from Tsinghua University, Jiajie from University of Iowa, and Kylie from UNC. Well, so recent decades have seen the rise of this new business model called the sharing economy, right? And in this economy, the suppliers, they are often small individuals and they often share excess capacity of their assets that may otherwise go underutilized to the demanders. So this is why it is called sharing. The new business model is born by the development of digital platforms, which provide instant match between suppliers and demanders, and has developed a reputation system such as online reviews that are crucial in mitigating the information problems which could cause market failure in such a peer-to-peer setting. So many of you must have used a home sharing service such as Airbnb, the ride sharing service such as Uber and Lyft, and which makes our life much more convenient. So the rapid growth of these peer-to-peer platforms testifies to the underlying demand of this kind of service. However, it is still not clear what the economic consequence of the sharing economy is, and this poses regulatory challenges. On the one hand, the proponents claim that this platform increases economic efficiency by reducing frictions that cause capacity to go underutilized, and thus could improve welfare of the society. On the other hand, critics argue that the sharing economy disrupts the traditional business models and could generate negative externalities to the society, such as social causing issues such as social inequality, city livability, etc. So in this paper, we're trying to contribute to this discussion by focusing on one angle, that is how sharing economy affects entrepreneurship. We know that entrepreneurship is the ultimate force for long-run economic growth and job creations. However, it is difficult to start a new business because of the financing issues associated with risk and sometimes the lack of good investment opportunities. So we are wondering whether sharing economy by disrupting the industry and largely benefits the individuals could increase entrepreneurship in the local region. Okay. So to test this research question, we use Airbnb as a proxy for the sharing economy. Airbnb was founded in 2007 in San Francisco, and it is one of the pioneers of the sharing economy. It provides this peer-to-peer platform for short-term rental, lodging rentals. The platform it provides helps efficiently match short-term rental supply with demand. So on the supply side, it lowers the entry cost of property owners to short-term rental market. Up to today, over 4 million hosts have 6 million listings on Airbnb worldwide, and over 60% of US hosts say they rent out their primary homes while they are on vacation. So on the demand side, it provides more travel lodging options. So till now, over 1 billion guests have stayed at Airbnb because of its low cost, convenient location, household amenities, and others. And Airbnb guests also typically stayed longer than the average hotel guests. Okay, so how does Airbnb affect new film creations? Okay, well, we're going to show two channels. The first one is argued from the supply side, that is the rental income channel. The idea is that Airbnb lowers entry cost to short-term rental market and bring in additional rental income, which could help relax the financial constraints of the potential entrepreneurs. The second channel is argued from the demand side, that is the local demand channel. The idea is that Airbnb provides more travel lodging options and therefore increase travel and tourism spending, which increases the investment opportunities for small business eventually. So now let me first talk a bit more about the rental income channel. To investigate this channel, we first examine how Airbnb affects the housing market. We find that Airbnb leads to a shift of housing supply from the long-term rental market to short-term rental market. As a result, long-term rental price goes up, and given that the short-term rental price is higher than long-term rental price, the average rental price goes up. So this provides more rental income to the landlords. As a matter of fact, we find that landlords are more likely to become entrepreneurs with Airbnb entry. So consistently, Airbnb leads to more firm creations in the regions with higher rental price growth. Now let me talk about the local demand channel. First, we show that Airbnb penetration is likely to lead to more tourism spending in a local region. And this is reflected in two pieces of evidence. Number one, Airbnb attracts more tourists to the local area. Number two, Airbnb reduces hotel performance. Therefore, not only there is a higher tourist flow, each tourist can spend less on lodging service and therefore have more to spend on local service other than lodging, which would boost local demand. Consistently, we find that there is an increase in local income and employment. And finally, industries that are more sensitive to local demand enjoy higher increase in firm creations. Now, let me briefly review the baseline findings. So we find that Airbnb entry leads to about 3% increase in new business creations in a county. We consider that Airbnb enters a county if at least one host posts a listing on Airbnb website. In this figure, we examine this new firm creations around Airbnb entry here. As you can see, Airbnb entry has an effect on firm creation starting from the next year of the entry. In addition to Airbnb entry, we take a closer look at how Airbnb's expansion across counties affect new firm creations. We find that the growth of Airbnb listings account for about 4.9% of the new firm creation growth. Okay. So these are the main findings. Okay, we also have some other results. We find that the new firm created following Airbnb penetration have a higher survival rate over 3 years, and they also have higher initial and long-run performance. Also, in a cross-section, we find that Airbnb leads to more firm creation when there's a lower local bank share, higher house price volatility, higher refinance denial date rate. And also we find that Airbnb leads to more small firm creation and more low capital needs more low capital needs new firm creations. Okay, so now let me conclude. So today I'm trying to discuss an economic impact of the sharing economy, a new business model, which I think have a phenomenal impact, okay, on many aspects of our society. And in this study, we mainly focus on entrepreneurship. And we find that Airbnb actually spurs entrepreneurship mainly through two channels. One is an increase in the rental income, and the other one is increase in the local demand. So to conclude, we find that at least from this entrepreneurship channel, Airbnb could have a positive impact on the local economy. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you.